Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
Yeah.
Alright guys, it's time for another teeny tiny indie game.
Yeah!
Like, we're excited about this one. Again, don't know anything about it. Pardon the squeaking of my chair, if that's a thing. I'm not sure if the mic is picking it up, but there we go. So this is called Riba. And we really don't know much about it except for that it's like a little game jam game.
And it says something about fishing your grandmother's bones.
Yeah, it's something about either like grief or loss, but it really just does. There's no like warnings or descriptions or anything. It looks soft, the reviews look good. So we're just gonna go ahead and just give this a try together in English and see what it's about.
Habla inglés.
I really am loving the animation on this so far though. Like, it's really fun.
Mm-hmm, it's very pretty.
Even just having seen that one scene. Oh, we're into a cursor immediately.
Oh.
Alright, so this screen right here was...
Oh, you have to use a mouse.
Oh, God, that's amazing. Oh, okay. Was actually what...
Oh, and you can pick stuff.
So many things. Pardon me for a second, I'm just gonna be excited about this.
Yeah, so no idea what we're supposed to be doing.
None
really.
whatsoever. Like, this is mushrooms. This is the whole game as we've seen it so far. And this was the screen that advertised the game, but I love the design of this. Like, I love the art here. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and click on a stone and see what happens. Oh no, you can just move them? Hang on, you can just move things? Wait a second. You can draw pictures in here. I won't do this very long because I want to move the story forward.
I mean, this might actually be a part of the story.
This is a
you
stone
don't know.
with a hole in it. Look at that.
No, is it locked into place now?
I don't know. No, it's not.
Okay.
I just lost it. But like, it's a stone with a hole in it. It's one of the magic, viewing stones or whatever. Come here, booger. Okay, we'll stop playing. I will click on...
I mean, I think you're supposed to play, but I don't know in what capacity.
I don't know. We can make a fairy ring.
Oh god, you can make stuff.
Uh-huh. Like I said, you can make art out of this and be like, I'm gonna do a thing. I imagine I'm gonna click on the character in just a second, but I'm so charmed by this. I'm like, my friend does not have the power. I have the mouse right now. And so they're just like, what are we doing?
I mean, I don't care. I can fall asleep. You can just play. It's fine.
No, you need to be here with me. It's very important.
Nope, it's okay.
All right. Oh, you can't put them just anywhere, though, I don't think.
Because, if we're just making shrooms...
I think this is an environment to set things in.
I told you. I think you have specific places where you put things.
Oh,
but you didn't believe me.
You can grab the damn flowers, too? We're going to be creating an entire... something.
Well, you didn't do enough shrooms.
Wait, hang on. These are like little unicorn barnacles?
Unibarnacles? They might just be snails.
They could be snails. All right, guys. I'm gonna use the mouse. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens.
Oh.
Okay.
Hello.
Is that... So that's our, like, bobber.
Is that a mouse?
And then what?
I don't know.
I think I probably pulled too early.
You pulled too early, I think.
Okay, so I will throw again. Look at the reflection. I love it.
Uh-huh. It's really pretty.
And we'll wait till it bobs longer, and then maybe it will be more of a story? I don't know. Okay. Then what? When it splashes. Oh, here we go.
You've caught a blood eel.
Look at that. It's like one of those. It's like one of those technical drawings, though. I love it.
Uh-huh. It's kind of fun.
Okay. And then... Oh, and you put it in the pot.
Yeah.
Okay. I am fascinated. I don't know what this is.
Neither do I.
I know.
I wonder how much time you're supposed to be spending with this. It's kind of... I'm going like, how...
Does it go anywhere? People called it a story, so...
Grandma had been lost for a while when she died from senile dementia, long before we scanned her bones in the river. When the doctors told us that she had, I just thought that she would lose her memories. What she had, excuse me. But I didn't know that she would also lose her ability to be herself and be present.
This is about memory loss in the way that I'm actually familiar with. It is less about, and if this is your first video with us, memory loss is a theme that we've covered on our channel a lot because it keeps being present in a lot of games. But both of us have encountered Alzheimer's or dementia or things like that in our actual lives.
Yeah.
And there's this thing that has happened in a lot of games with memory loss where they're like, I'm trying to find and seek my memories. But with people who are going senile, who are losing their memories, it's more about
or even people who just have amnesia.
It's more about losing their abilities
Uh-huh.
and their ability to be themselves because they don't remember how to do things.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know what's going on. And what really sucks though is when people go, I know something is going on. Mm-hmm. What? And I know I'm supposed to be able, and I know how to do that, but what am I doing?
But I can't do that. So it's like recently my mom forgot how to use a can opener. My mom has memory problems. I say in a way that's been clinical for a lot of her life. I say, and it really was like she knows how to do this, but the pieces of knowing how to do it aren't there.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, that's... Okay, what do we...
Do we put it in the circle?
Oh, it stays on the cursor. Hang on.
Yes, you put it
Okay,
down.
yeah, I think you just have to collect it here with everything else. I wonder if you're just going to be making like a little monument or something, a little like memorial.
Now you can't undo it. You've made an error unless you
really,
put it back.
You really only can set them like in this one circle. Okay, intuitive art design, thank you for that. This looked like a place to put things, and I immediately put things there. So props to you, game design.
Quite.
Okay, and then yeah, it's like all the things. If you don't put them in there, they just snap back. All right, we're gonna fish some more. I think the whole game is fishing up the story.
Probably.
I love the little footies. Look at the footies.
It's real cute. Honestly, very, very charming design.
It really is. And then it tells you to click.
You
I was
waited
too
too
long.
long.
I was too long. It's okay. Like, you can't grab the water. I love the little hand though. That it's like it's their hand.
Why? Of course you can't grab the water.
Shh. I could if I wanted to.
No, you couldn't.
I could if I could.
That's not water anymore.
There we go. There we go.
You've caught a bloody.
And then this turns into Full Metal Alchemist, and we can rebuild it. Oh God.
What?
You know, in Full Metal Alchemist, they try and rebuild their mother.
With a bloody eel?
No, with all the components that are in people, including blood and bones.
Oh, you're talking about that. I'm like, no. No, that was a little bit too esoteric for me, unless you were like, here's the design and here's body parts. And like, I'm like, okay, that's fair, but like, focusing specifically on the fish doesn't work for me.
Cloudfish.
You've got a clownfish.
It looks like a carp.
It looks
Or
like
not
a perch.
A perch. That's what I was looking for, a perch. It does look like a perch.
I have actually somewhat been fishing. I am no good at it, but I have somewhat been fishing.
think-
As a child, I really wanted to fish way more than I was able.
I think the most fish that I've ever caught were perch. I always wanted to fish with, nets instead of with hooks. Like forever and ever, I've always wanted to fish with nets instead of hooks.
I always wanted to do hooks, but I just thought that was kind of more interesting that way.
I always just thought nets were more humane. I don't know.
I love it.
Oh, that is some teeth.
During her last days, she was always smiling, but it was such a strange smile. Forced, halfway between a smile and a grimace, on the verge of bursting into tears. She seemed both full of joy and deeply miserable at the same time, although I doubt she was herself long enough for any of those feelings to make sense.
I am absolutely familiar with that face.
Yeah.
So my first job, I've mentioned it several times on the channel, my first real working for a business job was working in a nursing home in the kitchen. And you don't work directly with the patients in their rooms and stuff, but you meet them all in the cafeteria when you're serving food and stuff like that, and down the halls and things. But that face, smile and grimace of I'm trying to be socially pleasant and also, be here, but I'm not really because I have no connection to this. I only have picked up enough social context that you're supposed to be smiling.
Ugh.
It's something I know.
Well, I mean,
very
I think
well.
people have talked about it in that way of going, hey, one of the first things we as people do, as humanity sort of does when we're born, one of the first things we do, let alone the crying or being unhappy, is we smile. It's a very
Well, it's something they look
reaction.
for in development of mirroring the people around you. You smile because they're smiling, And that's what it is. And they actually have developmental phases, because I took human growth and development psychology, and they really do measure the kids' abilities and their maturity and how well they're connecting socially based on how quickly they mimic sounds and mimic facial expressions and things like that. And it's kind of wild. I should have spaced the mushrooms a little bit farther. I'm not gonna have enough. Well, I guess I can move them later. Okay, here we go.
I mean, there's some over here.
Yeah, I know. But it won't make it all the way around at the distance I've put them.
No. That's really interesting, though. I'm like, oh.
That's fascinating. That sounds like this person knows the experience. Come on, Bush. Oh.
I don't know what was going through her head in her last moments, but whenever I looked at her in the eyes, I felt that there was no humanity left there for us to say goodbye to. By then, my dad and my grandpa were the ones feeling all the pain that she wasn't fit to know how to feel anymore.
That one.
Yeah.
And it's you're not really a person at the end of Alzheimer's and dementia. You're more of just a core with so many pieces. You're a body with so many pieces missing from your mind. I was about to say, they don't come apart.
It's deeply jumbled.
They don't come together into anything sensical anymore.
Yeah.
And the moments in my familiarity with it, of lucidity and connection, just go away. They're there for half a second at most in cases.
Yeah, my grandma had dementia.
I was like, The little designs are really pretty. Forgive me for just playing. This is sort of uniquely charming. How dare you play a game on a Let's Play?
How dare you?
Why would you? Oh, sorry. Oh!
You've got a prune carp.
Oh,
yeah, you have.
no.
That is totally a carp.
Look at that. Look at the little
Blended.
extra. Is that like an extra gill fin?
Am I?
That's fascinating. Like up here, and then you have like the gills back here. What an interesting design. A prune carp too. These all have themes connected to, you know, what what we're talking about.
Prunes.
Aging.
Blood. What was the other one?
Sky, I think.
Cloud or
Clouds. You know, the sort of get your head out of the clouds, kind of losing your mind sort of thing.
Yeah.
I could see that being a thing.
Woof. Really, is the style is really charming. It's very storybook.
It is. It's very pretty. I want to just go around and spend a little more time in the environment. Oh. Ooh.
It felt like for every memory that she lost in the muddy water of her mind, my dad and grandpa would fish them out and treasure for themselves. During the last days before she passed away, they wouldn't stop telling me stories from when Grandma was young. Meanwhile, she'd be looking at us with that uncanny smile on her face.
Because she's trying to be part of the social engagement, but she's not connected to any of it anymore. She knows we're doing something that should be good and fun, because that's how everyone's acting, but that's all she's got.
Yeah.
Wow. I love the way the bones are drawn. I love that they're clearly part of something other or else, like our MC is here, our character,
Right.
which is not a human. Also, I find these trees really, really cool, but like you cut them down and it starts coming back. This one here, you just cut it off, and much like a willow tree, it just starts coming back. Even this one, which, you know, is like, has been felled, still has some roots in the ground over here and is starting to come back. Like, there's something very wild about we have trimmed the hell out of this clearing, and everything's just trying to come back anyway. And I think that's neat.
Yeah.
Also, this cute little, like, I sort of just reaching out for each other.
Actually, before we get too far, I also forgot to say that, hey, welcome to this game. This game was a part of the queer bundle for 2021.
Oh, yes, thank you for that.
Yes.
So we support the queers. Oh. But it was, to sort of bring visibility to queer creators and queer themes and, you know, that kind of thing. It was a really cool bundle. And it's got a lot of games that put creators and themes front and center. You've got a prune carp. Look at how many are getting like just piled up in the little buckets. I kind of love that.
The bowls.
The bowls. The
pots.
pots. I love that it's like two of them are actual like teapots. Like we just didn't have things to, you know, use.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about the bird on our back.
Me too.
Just in case anyone hasn't noticed that yet, we're carrying a basket with a bird in it. And if I didn't have to stay over the water, I would show you more directly.
My grandma was a former pro cyclist, and along with my dad, they would often go out on rides together. Since she passed away, my dad goes riding a few times every week and gets super angry if he can't. To be honest, I'm not sure if going out on the bike comforts him or if it just hurts.
Or if you're just trying to basically create some sort of memoriam to that which has been lost, and you feel a compulsion to do so.
I think also for some people you go, yes, but I used to make a lot easier time to do this, potentially, like, because when you have somebody else, say like your mom, who is retired, who has the ability to just go do things, and she'd be like, oh, I'll help you, I support you, she's like, we'll get stuff done, and now suddenly you're like, but I need to continue this, I actually enjoyed it, and you feel very frustrated and very trapped by your own life because you can't just go take time off anymore. You can't just go do the thing that you used to do.
And you can't just easily do it in memorandum of her because it's harder to fit it into your life.
Well, and everybody goes, well, she's not here. You know, you really have to make it front and center about how much it's all about your pain. You can't just go do something. People go, you need a reason. I need to gatekeep you.
And there is that one of going, a lot of times people do decide they need a very specific reason to do things in their life. But yeah, I love this bird right here.
Bird is great.
Like in the little, you know, sort of cage backpack, and the bird just being chill and hanging out. I'm like, I don't know what that's about. But again, the character design's really fascinating. Like, I like it all the way around, even down to the little, like, torn, you know, assumably, like, leather pants or breeches of some kind.
I love it. Like, I appreciate that they don't make you spend a long time waiting for things.
I do too, and that it seems to allow the story to move forward very quickly. That the randomizer, if it is one, if it's not just a series of things, is friendly.
Grandma was super picky about food. When Grandpa cooked, he had to make double. A meal for everyone and a special meal just for her. He didn't mind. He seemed genuinely happy to be able to spoil her every day. Every time I visit him now, we order takeout. He says that he's too old, that cooking is pointless for the little appetite that he has now. Yeah.
Every one of my grandparents eventually did that. Stopped cooking, and unless they had specifically company or an event and nothing else, and would just eat frozen things for themselves, basically pre-made frozen meals, or they would order out, or once they lived in either assisted living or a place that had Meals on Wheels services, they would do those.
Yeah.
And it's just like, without the community of it, it doesn't seem to do anything for
God,
me.
I don't know what happened to my grandma, my other grandma. I have a lot of grandmas, you have to excuse me. But I'm just like, I wonder. There's honestly a lot of my family that I just don't know.
See, I remember going to my great-grandma's house, and, there was this,
She made so many foods. I remember my great-grandma. She was so good at doing stuff.
See, and my great-grandma, wow, there we go.
I believe that Grandma didn't suffer during her last days. Losing her memories only hurt for those around her, since her illness freed her from being aware of what was going on. I keep her memories treasured too, but next to the memories of how my dad and Grandpa are feeling about her loss. This warmth that hurts a little will be with me until I die, or until Grandma's illness takes over me too.
But yeah, and I don't know that for everyone, the sort of, her illness freed her from awareness. I think probably in the last days, But during the process, there's quite a bit of suffering because of that frustration and anger.
I was gonna say,
I can't do this thing I know I
for
should
what
be able to do.
I remember, most of the time, really, a lot of people who have dementia or a lot of people who have Alzheimer's get really fucking aggressive and really deeply unhappy.
And it's sort of my step-grandpa on my mom's side, he went through the whole process of dementia, and my grandma took care of him because his family didn't want him in a home. And so she did almost till the very end. And he got, very aggressive, very angry, very frustrated because he knew he should be able to do things. And anger and aggression is one of the hallmarks specifically of dementia, outside of Alzheimer's and forgetting things, which is sort of, as far as I understand, the difference between dementia versus Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's being I just don't remember, and dementia being the I am angry and overwhelmed and acting out about it, And I don't know what the specific differences are, but that's how I've always seen it sort of quantified, if you will. That those are a lot of the basics of going. If you just kind of go quietly, then it's just, you've got Alzheimer's. Well, yeah, it's sad, but everyone else will remember you. But if you are angry about it and I should be able to do this, then it falls into that dementia category.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And again,
they are not the same thing for sure. I just God, I always remember a kid I knew in high school who was like, "You've caught a blood eel." Who was like, "You've caught a blood eel."
That's what you just walk up to you. You've caught a blood eel.
And I appreciate it. And I know, so this probably will just have some sort of this is a sad-ish kind of game. And I don't mean to bring anybody down. It is just sort of making me thoughtful of really remembering a kid that I knew in high school who really was just I swear to God, I'm gonna hit 50 or 60 and I will kill myself before I lose my mind. He was no. And I always found that to be deeply visceral, of that thing of going, you're 15 to 17, I think, during the time that I knew him or something. And I was just you are so just terrified of what's going to happen. And sometimes I've thought about it myself because I really don't have family. So I'm one of those people who decided as the non-binary that having the children was not for me. And having sort of the kind of family life that everybody expected me to have, it's not for me. And it's been really interesting.
It's okay, go ahead.
It was been really interesting to realize how much everybody's you rely on basically your other family. And I'm we are so deeply disconnected as being people in the United States, people who are Americans, air quote. It's just sad. You just kind of go, you're supposed to rely on that. And I'm what do you do if you don't have anybody?
Yeah, if you don't have that, then what do you do?
If you're supposed to die, and you're supposed to go, I'm it's so dark. We're deeply just not supportive of each other at all.
And some people do have that really supportive, more extended family connection, but some people don't. It's something I was talking to my therapist about recently in reference to some of my own personal struggles and challenges. Yeah, see, cloudfish.
Cloudfish, there we go.
I would say, of going, if you don't have that extended network of friends and family, who do you rely on when you struggle?
Yeah.
And
and that has been a problem that I've even had with my own therapist, was kind of like, I don't have a lot of friends. And this is not just sort of like a thing. It's just, was this expectation where everybody goes, but you have this huge group of friends. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I've never had a big group of friends. And even the friends that I have had, most of them have been either too depressed or unable to even care for themselves. Why would I ever think to rely on them?
Right.
Kind
and
of thing.
How would they, and would they
and I don't necessarily mean that about lies, but it's just kind of like this, but this thing too of also going, let's say both of us, because we've had that experience before, we've both been having bad days because we've been experiencing our own issues. What do we do then?
When
I don't have
sad. Who do you count on?
For me, it is that realization of going, I really genuinely need to say that I don't really have anybody else that I can really go to for support, and I don't know what to do with that because I don't talk to my family. I don't have that kind of connection, and so I can only imagine how sometimes other people who deal with it go, I am completely alone. I have literally no one, kind of thing. Like, I don't even know.
I wonder, since it's gone to so many fish in a row, if you're actually supposed to continue decorating to move it forward.
I don't know.
If the idea is to keep interacting with the environment to sort of drive you to start decorating as you're going along this path, so that you will. So you're starting to sort of think and do this sort of Zen memorialization, if you will. I don't know, but we've just suddenly caught a bunch of fish in a row and nothing else.
Right.
And so I'm like, maybe there is something else to sort of sparking the algorithm or the movement.
Right.
And sort of trying to gently space these a little bit more for the numbers I have.
Please, I need more.
I want a mushroom ring. This is my whole goal. Is going. I need it. I think I've just about got it, and then we'll go back again. But yeah, this game is. There are a lot of games that sort of inspire some level of thoughtfulness in both or either of us. But this one seems like it really is just meant to be sort of a quiet meditative experience, and it's definitely telling someone's sort of specific story with this experience. And I think that's really powerful. But I encountered other kids as well, just like my friend did, going, I will kill myself before I lose my mind. And I think that's a testament to how terrifying and uncomfortable people's exposure to dementia and Alzheimer's is, especially as a kid, where it was never explained to me very well at all. I had these older relatives around me that were going through things, but it was never talked about in any great detail, that this is natural, or this is what happens, or here's how we're supporting them, or this is what the cultural relevance of this process is. It was just it just kind of happens that way sometimes, and you just and you have to remember where they can't.
I kind of wonder if some of that though is if now being a little bit older myself, kind of if part of it was going I don't know how to deal with the grief of my own grief of watching a parent, family member, blah blah blah, whatever, going through this experience. And then watching my child sort of have an emotional breakdown because they don't know what the hell is going on and they're confused and frightened. And so most people, because again, you don't usually have large families anymore, or have a lot of people who are willing to interact with each other, because you don't need just family, excuse me. I find that to be so, like I said, so frustrating in the US, where we're really if you're not family, then I don't want anything to do with you.
You are chopped liver.
My own mom has said that about, supporting other people in our own country, of being well, honey, you just take care of your own. And I'm like, fuck you. We're the human race. We are each other's own.
We are all our own.
It's bothered me for years that she just has this attitude, and I just don't know what to do about it. And that seems like it's reflected in also, again, where people are just but if I can't support, both my parent or whoever it is that's experiencing dementia / Alzheimer's / whatever it is, I just don't know what to do. I don't know. Maybe it is done.
I feel like there would be more to it, or some kind of conclusion, because the people,
or some sort of
obvious progress or finality. Like I said, maybe you're supposed to keep moving forward with the objects a little bit, because it is the only other thing to do in the screen. Right. And like I said, as far as I can tell, you can't put anything anywhere else except
it's
here.
just there. So, and I don't know. It's hard for me not to think about some of the things definitely that seem to come up in my life or in other people's lives. And I want to be able to do something, and I want to be able to inspire somebody to be connected, or even just myself. Maybe if I can say it enough times that maybe it'll actually finally, settle, that it'll finally, do something. Because in a lot of ways, a lot of this has always left me with the sensation of being very powerless. Of going and I think that's I think that's kind of what happened to a lot of my parents, was just the fact, for their experiences, which is they just didn't know what they were doing. And no one has really known what to do or how to do it, or...
And I would tend to support that one of going, especially when people are parents, that they haven't necessarily been...
What if you need to just, pull everything off?
And I was kind of doing that. I was going, maybe you need to just collect absolutely every scrap. There's another stone with a hole in it, of everything, and get it all into here. Disassemble the entire environment to create this space, to bring all the memories and all the things together, you know?
Can you imagine, though, the sheer level of, how many objects, though, this person had to, animate and create and go, all right, you're interactable, good job, artist.
And they had to draw every one of them and create it as a separate little sticker, basically. This reminds me of some of those games that I used to play, just browser games, where they had stickers, and you could just decorate the page like a virtual coloring book with stickers kind of thing. And I don't know if other people played those, but I definitely did when I was a kid. And there is this level of going, this feels very familiar. It's just an interactive, sticker page.
Don't forget these 3
snail
shells.
I will not. Okay. And I was wondering if there is very much a theme to, again, gathering the things in your environment and putting them here and going, I'm collecting these memories,
Right.
And I don't think there are other things to grab.
As far as I can tell, that's
might actually
highlighted
be objects. Oh, there's probably more rocks. Maybe?
There might be more rocks.
Okay, maybe. No, I think
those rocks?
They don't. If they don't highlight, they're not a thing. Because no, they do.
Oh, I was like, no,
they do.
Those are the same kind of rock. Hang on.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, I was right. So it's specifically these rocks.
Yeah, it's the bigger ones. If it does a little fist, you can grab it. Okay, hang on. We almost got this.
You can do
it. Grab. Whoops.
Oh,
I'm gonna grab.
We'll do that. Never mind.
Hold on. I was like, I almost got it. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Come on, give me the rocks. Look at how pretty the little colors go together too. This one's got 2 holes in it. Ooh.
I really do love the fact that basically also what you have here is a sort of cute little, I want to say anthro sort of deer or goat.
I like goat. I think goat fits very well.
Yeah. Some sort of ungulate.
Yes. And it is. It's this sort of nice little like the twisting goat horns. And I was very interested in the teeth too. Going, I assume they are an omnivore based on Grandma's teeth. Mm-hmm. All right.
Prune carp. Is that it?
See, I don't think so. Again, people in the store or the download
on the itch page,
the game page, describe there being sort of some kind of conclusion, getting to the end of it. But I don't know. It did say in the end, she this thing. So maybe that is the whole experience. You've got a rib bone, you've got a leg bone, you've got the head and the jaw, you've got a piece of spine. Maybe that's all of it.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't know how to...
Can you grab things? Hang on, can you grab
the fish?
I don't know, you're not pulling it over far enough, so go that way. So grab and go, just grab and hold and go that way. You're letting go a little early. Okay, so there's nothing there.
Doesn't seem like you're actually grabbing anything.
Huh.
Yeah, those don't seem like a thing
I don't know what. You can't grab the bird.
Can't grab your hat. Oh, the singing is really charming.
It's a really good loop. Honestly, it's a really charming, very good loop. Makes me very sleepy.
So that might be it.
I wonder if that's it.
Well, and people did describe the game being about 20 or 30 minutes long. And that would sort of fall in line with that, even with wandering around a little bit. But I would like it to know a little bit better, for sure. I don't know if this is the whole game or not.
Well, I mean,
but it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of bone. I think you definitely get a good idea of the game and the softness of it. Mm-hmm. So I think this is probably just a little one-off then, sort of getting the idea of things.
That's totally fine, and you know what? That happens.
It does.
And we are pretty much actually at time, so don't even worry about it. It is okay. If you guys want to go check out this game, please feel free to do so on itch.
Yep.
What was it? The Ribe?
Oh, I think so.
Oh my god!
Riba.
Riba.
I don't even know if you can exit this page.
You cannot.
This is it.
This is it.
are.
This is the only thing. My apologies. Oh my
But
god.
it
We
is
didn't even
Riba.
say the title of the game like
We did.
usual.
In the
Oh,
intro,
sorry?
we said Riba, and we say it on we were on the title screen.
All right, we'll see. There's my memory loss. So thank you very much, though, guys, for joining us. We do really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you have any thoughts, please feel free to share them with us. Please also feel free to go share our videos or like our stuff. It really does actually help out in regards to dealing with the algorithm, and we also appreciate the things that people share.
Yeah.
Your stories are always interesting. We also love hearing about whether or not what your game experiences were like. It's been a lot of fun. And also, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. There's also a link for our Twitch if you'd like to stream and play games with us live.
Yep.
We do that about 2 to 3 times a week. Please also feel free to make recommendations actually from the bundle itself, which we will link underneath this, as always, with any of the queer bundle games or any of the other games like we did the Black Lives Matter one last year. We've got 2 game bundles that we actually bought this year.
The Palestine, free
Palestine, free Palestine bundle, or Palestine support. I don't know. I'll have to double check. But in any case, thank you so much. We appreciate y'all, and we hope you have a wonderful day. I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!